Hey everybody, it's bonus stuff. We just got done reviewing Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire. Man, I these titles, man, they're killing me. So go check that out. Please subscribe to the channel so you can catch up with everything we're doing. This week for our activity, Godzilla's been around for a while now. He's had some good luck at the movie theaters lately. But he's getting up there in age, so he might want to change careers or go back to school, maybe. So a good tool for that might be a personality test for our old kaiju friend. So this week we are going to give Godzilla a personality test.
Run, get Alex.
Seriously.
To see, what kind of career he might like or what he might want to do in the future. So we're going to answer these questions like we're Godzilla. So the first one is, you regularly make new friends. Godzilla has a lot of friends, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like you guys know Godzilla better than I do, but I would say we're more on the disagree side for that.
He does stick to the main ones mostly.
Yeah, like other people, he's like, nah.
So where do we want to put this? Like right here?
I put it right there.
Yeah.
So next one. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple. I gotta disagree with this.
Disagree completely.
Yeah.
He wants big bang boom done.
You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than factual arguments. I'm gonna agree.
Yeah.
He seems like an emotional man.
That's true. If a little girl comes up and begs him no, he'll stop.
Your living and workspaces are clean and organized. Well, we saw him living in the Coliseum. It didn't look junky in there.
Yeah.
He usually just lives in the ocean.
Yeah. But if his workspaces are the city, he destroys a lot of them. So this one's hard. Let's put it. Should we go neutral for this one?
Yeah, I think it's kind of give and take for him.
You usually stay calm, even on a lot of pressure. No, that is not Godzilla.
He gets angry.
You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself.
You put agree with the last one.
Oh.
It's supposed to be disagree.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I don't think he promotes himself to strangers or networks.
No.
He doesn't like to draw attention to himself, even though he's gigantic. All right. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline.
He's usually right at the deadline.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't say a hard no, though.
Yeah, I'd put like a little disagree.
Middle.
Yeah.
Middle, yeah. One more.
This one?
There you go.
Okay.
There's the sweet spot.
People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers and data. True, he's not.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem like a data guy.
No, he didn't care about graphs.
You like to use organizing tools like schedule and list. Like we said, no, not
disagree.
really into that.
Disagree.
Disagree.
All right, I did it again. Okay. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge.
No, I feel like he's pretty sure of himself.
Yeah, he's a confident guy.
Yeah. True. Yeah,
you feel comfortable just walking up to someone and find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yes. I think he does walk up to him, but I think he punches him in the face.
That's true. I don't think he's looking. He's not looking for words there.
What did we put?
Neutral, I guess.
Neutral.
Okay, so he's got the walking up.
Yeah,
he's got to work.
But the
definitely
conversation's
walks up.
not great. You're not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative. He destroys a lot of creative work.
He's
so
like, get him out of my face. Disagree.
All right, you prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action.
I'd say probably
I don't-
neutral.
Yeah.
You don't think he cares? Okay. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Totally agree, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, got someone coming up. All right, I'll go.
You rarely worry about whether you make good impressions on people. I totally agree. You enjoy participating in team-based activities.
He does sometimes.
He
Yeah.
does team up.
I'll give that
Yeah.
a middle agree, a middle one.
Does he enjoy it though? So this one or this one?
That's
That
it.
one.
The middle,
bigger.
Yeah, the bigger one. The middle
Okay.
agrees. Yeah.
You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. That's interesting.
He does do some very weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
he
that
ate
whole- He ate a what?
he ate a bunch of purple energy.
That's true.
True.
That's
And he did that thing where he flew backwards.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, he drop kicked that guy.
He's an experimenter. You believe it better to be tactful than completely honest. So I'll disagree with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
He's an honest guy. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore.
New experiences, I guess.
True. Oh, a little one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think he's too eager about it.
You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse.
I
I
doubt
don't
it.
think he worries.
No, I don't think he
I think he likes it.
It's like, oh.
You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah.
He likes to fish, I guess. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Yeah. He doesn't have fingers. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding
Yeah.
some emotional aspects. Yeah. He's a fishing guy. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself. That's true. He will defeat those villains before
Yeah.
he goes. back
Yeah, he
to-
always goes
Yeah.
back in the ocean or sleeps. Yeah.
He gets
He
it done.
definitely does relax after.
Yep. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over. Yes. Usually wait for others to introduce themselves first as social gatherers. That's true. He kind of waits until they start shooting and then
Yeah.
he starts
Yeah.
fighting. Should we give it a little one?
Yeah.
Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah, he
mean,
gets
if he's like-
angry.
If he's like, people just start shooting at him a lot, so
That's not very quickly. Let's give neutral then.
okay.
You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. I mean, yeah, Kong was like pretty emotional trying to tell him to team up, and he wasn't persuaded till his mouth came. We'll give it a little one too. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment.
Yeah.
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 Maybe not intentionally, but
You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas.
disagree.
You usually prefer to be around others rather than your own. Well, he doesn't have much own. Well, he's got the baby Godzilla sometimes. I think he'd rather be around the baby Godzilla.
He'd rather
like
be alone
Kong.
with that baby.
So we're disagreeing, right?
Yeah.
You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical.
I
Yes.
feel like I'd agree with it.
When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart.
Yeah.
Does he follow his heart?
Yeah.
Okay. You find it challenging to maintain consistent work or study schedule. Yes. I mean, he's pretty consistent coming out of the ocean, right? Well, I guess they never know when he's going to puff out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rarely second guess the choices you have made.
Yeah.
I don't think he really cares. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing.
No, disagree.
Disagree.
You don't think Khan's like, yeah, he's a pretty lively guy.
You are drawn to various forms of creative expression. No, he just sleeps most of the time. You usually base your choice on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. No. You like to have a to-do list for every. He likes to destroy Japan a lot.
That's the one item, and he scratches it off.
We'll give him a little one. You rarely feel insecure. Yeah.
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 You avoid making phone calls. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. You can easily connect with people you have just met. No, he come on.
He takes.
He does always fight them first.
If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
You're still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
You are not too interested in discussing theories that would work, that the world could look in the future.
No.
True. Your emotions control you more than you control them. That's interesting. Is he controlled by his emotions?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'd go neutral probably with that one.
When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel. No,
Ask
I don't
Brazilians.
think he cares. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy. Yes.
Yes. Very accurate.
When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed.
Disagree.
You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yeah. Oh. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Yes. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than a quiet, intimate places. He loves the
cities.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Is he drawn there, or is it just an obligation?
I don't know what to put for this
I
one.
don't either.
Neutral.
Neutral. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof.
Yeah.
You often feel overwhelmed.
Probably.
His life is pretty overwhelming.
Why are they constantly shooting at me?
Yeah.
You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I don't think there's much steps to stepping on buildings
Punch man
and
and
stuff.
punch monster in face. Well, he usually never skips to the laser. He usually will do a few punches first, if that counts.
That's true. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than phone. No. You're more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making choices. Yeah, true. Yeah. You struggle with deadlines. I don't think he struggles with them. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yeah, he's a confident guy. Select your gender. He is a male kaiju. Unless you're watching the
98 one.
He's an adventurer.
He's an adventurer. Yes. That's pretty accurate for
He is charming. Does his little dances.
Always trying to explore and experience something new.
Dude, this is right on, man. He's 72% introverted. Yeah, they know him. 85% observing. Yeah, he's a pretty observing guy, right?
Yeah.
53% feeling. He's not too much on the feeling. 58 prospecting. So good at improvising and adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah. 75% assertive. I feel like that could be a little higher.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I don't
Put
know
his email.
Okay, Godzilla. What is it? Godzilla.
Mr. Godzilla at gmail.com. Just send it to whoever actually has that email. Here you go. We figured this out for you.
How do they know me so well?
All right. That
Jeez.
was fun. We might have to do that for some more fictional characters. I'm really thinking about one character in particular, but do that later. All right. So it's that part where we do our homework. I was traveling this week, so I didn't do much.
No, Sir Christian.
No, Sir Christian this week, sadly.
Wow.
I watched the only thing I watched. No, let's see. Did we watch anything? Me and Jonah started watching Batman the Animated Series. We've seen a lot of those. Favorite one so far probably is what's it called? Heart of Ice or something. It's the first one with Mr. Freeze. Very good.
Sure, that is a great episode.
Jared was watching some with us, and he just pointed out that Batman's very quippy in these early ones.
Yeah, he is.
I just like, oh no. Super dramatic. Like, God.
Anytime he makes a sound, it's just like, oh.
Clock King has been his most formidable foe.
True.
Yeah.
He had some issues with that guy.
The Man Bat one was pretty cool too. I like that.
Yeah.
The Clayface one, where he's like changing into all his faces.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty creepy. Yeah. So, and then the only other thing I watched was Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage.
I saw that was on.
I didn't really care for it. It didn't go where I wanted to go. The beginning's pretty good. The setup and everything is people are dreaming about Nicolas Cage. We don't really know why, and we don't really get any answers to that. So yeah, I thought it could have went different places than it did, and I just didn't really care for it. So that is all I did this time. I'm still working on that Fifth Heart book that I'm reading, so it's getting good. Getting good. I like it.
Good.
Did Michael watch Star Trek? Or?
I did watch Star
Did
Trek.
Michael? Oh, cool. So we can hear what you did, what your voyage took you this time.
The Voyage of the Trekkiness. I don't remember the name of this one, so I'm going to have to look it up.
Oh, shoot.
Star Trek.
Let's just sing the opening then.
Something mind?
Something what?
Mind?
Something mind, Jared says. Let's
Had to
see.
do with the mind.
It was
Mind's eye?
episode Dagger of the Mind, episode 9. So in this episode, we get a. So I try and clear up this for me. Why on earth is the Enterprise doing cargo deliveries? That was my massive question. We start off and they're delivering a bunch of cargo, and one of the doofy red shirts. I don't know how this man gets his job. He's like, I can't. Energize, nothing's happening. And then Kirk comes in, he's like, hey, dummy, you got to tell them to turn down their shields because they have protectors, so you can't just throw crap at them whenever you want. He's like,
Oh, and then he's like, you better read like all the manuals again.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, go do homework. But so we get a cargo delivery for some reason the Enterprise is doing to a seemingly insane asylum. Is what I got from it, and but for some reason we're getting a cargo box back. I don't know if the Enterprise is low on funds and they had to start doing some pickup runs for UPS or something like that. I don't know, or what would the Galactic PS?
Federation
GPS, but that's already taken. We can't use Galactic Postal Service. That doesn't work. I guess UPS, but
UPS,
Universal. There you go. Anyway. But lo and behold, the cargo has an unsuspecting passenger inside of it, an old crazy doctor man that starts going loose on the ship, but he doesn't kill anybody. He's just knocking people out. He's like terrified, trying to get away from this place. But they end up catching him because the people beam up like, yeah, yo, we're missing a crazy madman. He's very violent. Don't approach this man. Stay away. And Kirk's like, let's go find him. So they find him, and then he is like loses his mind, saying, "Don't go back there, don't go back there, don't go back there." So they go back there, and the doctor there is like, "Hey, only bring a couple people down." So Kirk's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll bring someone down." And I was like, who do I think they're gonna bring on a mission alone with Kirk down to a planet? I was like, it's gonna be a beautiful woman, and lo and behold, a beautiful woman named Holly or something like that walks in the room. Like, yep, there you go. We just got to put Kirk with all the women, and so. They go down things, see things are fishy. There's like this mind controlling dot in the ceiling that they're like manipulating brains, so making them forget, making them misremember, planting. It's Inception. They're planting ideas in people's brains. And they're saying that it was the doc's thing, and he tested it. He wanted to test himself to make sure it was safe, whatever, but he messed it all up and he's all crazy now. But lo and behold, obviously the Doctor Man down there is evil, and he wanted it all for himself and could control power and do all these things, whatever. And so Kirk, like a dummy, decides to go test it out himself. He's like, I need to figure out if this is bad or not. So he's in there and he's like, try all these tests for this chick, whatever. And then whenever he's out for one influence she gave him, the bad guy comes in and tells him that he loved her all the time, and they're macking out after it. But that was later on. When does because Spock comes down, because they didn't have communication. Spock comes down and catches him macking out. That's what it was. He just watched him enjoying the show for some reason. But yeah, anyway, so then they all get back in there, and then I lost the point. I didn't really understand when the Doctor, he got in the room somehow and like fried his own brain, because no one was there to control it, and so it just kept emptying his brain, and then he died of no brain thoughts. Because he got stuck in the room. And then they all go up, and then it's like, wow, that was a bad place. And that was the end of the Star Trek episode that I got from it. It was a weird one.
I don't remember this one.
I didn't mind
no,
it
not at all.
Really. I didn't mind it. It was fun.
Pretty good one.
Yeah,
There was
pretty
some
good one.
solid snake moments in the ducks.
Yeah, being sneaky. He kept the shirt on this time.
Yeah.
I like that the premise. The reason why she was going was because she was a psychiatrist, but
Yeah.
they had a thing at a Christmas party earlier, and
I remember that.
there was some tension.
Yeah, and so it tied into where that doctor was like, no, you've always loved her. And then Kirk can't get his mouth off of her.
He's in the chair, he's looking at the dog, and he's like, oh, you always loved her. And it cuts to Kirk, and he's just all smiles.
Yeah, that man is happy after that moment. I'm like, I wouldn't complain. at all. But yeah, so that was Star Trek this week. It was definitely one of the better episodes, I think. And then moving on to Hunter x Hunter, we are out of the bug arc. We finished the bug arc. It is over. The king,
it's sad.
The King Man died of radioactivity or something like that. There was no culmination to anything because he was too powerful for anyone to beat. And then we get to the next arc, and it immediately switches back to normal Hunter x Hunter. It's like there's no more, like, everything's moving quickly. The pace is back to normal. I was very confused. Like, where did this bug arc section, which took literally...
So you had less issue with the Yu-Gi-Oh arc. Them going into a game, playing cards.
That was fun.
That was so creative.
And the bug arc. I didn't say it wasn't fun, but you had less issues.
Jared, the bug arc was like... when I started back, I was on episode 76, I think. The bug arc didn't end till 130 or something like that.
One of the longest arcs.
It's forever long, and so little actually happens. A
king came into power, and a dynasty fell.
He
and
played a lot of games. That was fun, but man, it had good moments for sure. Very interesting. I liked the idea and the way they took it. I just feel like if it was condensed down, I really would enjoy it more, because I like that whole idea of him like changing, basically them kind of becoming humanizing, and then like realizing where they're. Will you shut up? Yeah, she's bothering me this whole time. But I like that idea of like him not really being defeated, and like I mean, it was kind of like, it felt very preachy throughout this whole kind of thing of like, they go to the NGL, it's all about not using technology and blah blah blah, no fighting, no guns, blah blah blah. Never brings in that, no nuclear war and destruction and radioaction. To their own, if they want to do that, fine. But it felt a little like shoved into it. But I still enjoyed like the ideas and everything and how they took the characters and stuff. I really, even though he was a massive ripoff of Cell, I really did like the King, or Melione or whatever the heck his name was at the end. And the storyline with him and the Gonji, I always forget the name of the game, but the player that he never beat, I was really good, and their ending was so good. I thought it was excellent. But yeah, moving on to the new arc. Gon is in Poo Poo Deadland and he's all dark and everyone's freaking out. Like the exorcists are like, oh my God, I can't save him. He's too dark. And so get this cool introduction. I love Kilo's family so much. They're so weird and they're entangled rules and conspiracies and junk is so weird. And so they add another family member, a family member that has rules and sets because she can grant wishes. But then depending on how big the wish is, the consequences for the next person are dire. Like she requires things. She requires 3 steps in order to be able to give a wish. But if the wish is too big, then the things she requires are bigger. And like it's so creative and cool. And like I love that it's still tantalizing that Killua has another rule that he knows that no one else is because he grew up with her and spent more time than anyone else. I love that so much. And you get freaking Hisoka back, and he's so unpredictable. And he's like sitting there behind. They had a little meeting where the 2 people were driving granny plane, and then they land down and they meet up with Killua and they're going to take him on the car. But then the granny's like, "Oh man, I let him here, my bad," because Killua's brother comes up and he's because like, should I kill him and then make him fight him, or should I have Kim kill him and then Gon will live and then we'll fight each other, we'll love each other. So unpredictable. I love Hisoka. He's so cool. And freaking Leorio is back and he's for some reason in the running to be chairman because he punched Gon's dad in the face and everyone loved it. We still haven't gotten Kurapika yet. He called him, but he didn't answer his phone, so I'm a little disappointed in that. I want Kurapika back. But I'm really enjoying this arc a lot, really, so far. It's back to just.
Did you leave off?
That was the last thing that happened was them meeting in the forest, and his brother was coming to kill his sister, not sister, whatever the heck she is, not family. And then Killua was like, if you kill her, then you're not family, you're my brother, and I'm gonna kill you. And then the grandma came up and was like, my bad, Killua. And yeah, she's crazy looking.
I remember being psyched for Leorio to be back.
Dude, me too. Man.
Also a little angry when he wasn't in the bug arc.
Yeah.
Where were you the whole time?
Yeah, like where he was studying, apparently. That's what he says. He's like, I should have been there for Gon, but I was studying.
Like, yeah.
I was when Leorio came back, I was like,
no,
he's cool. He's cool.
They got to bring the group back together, Jared. They got to bring it back. But I love
Killua's sister is interesting.
So interesting.
That whole character.
I love it. It's so interesting. It's like one of those
and
things
he
like,
met the most important character, Mr. Beans.
Mr. Beans.
Well, he's been on it before.
Has he?
Not
I
really.
thought that was the first time.
He's originally in the testing arc, isn't he?
I think you just get like glimpses of him though, because I had seen him before, but now we're like actually getting more of him. But I do like the whole like political conversations between the weird, too nice guy that wants to be the vice chairman guy, and for some reason there's a cow hero man, but they're all like they're all taking on individual like animal stuff. But I like that whole everyone's like, no, I should be president, and they're all like throwing in different ways, and then the girl in green's like, no, Leorio should be president. They're like, what is going on?
Why?
No one knows what anyone wants. It's very entertaining, but yeah.
Have you seen much of Gene? Or is it just like one episode?
He's been mainly he's been with all like the stuff in there, but they kind of got to where he had that back dealing with Beans about the rules for making the chairman, and so that was fun. They're like being mischievous and Game of Thronesing it. Yeah, so I like it so far. I don't think I did anything else except for Dragon's Dogma. I have completed 2 vocations, which are the classes. I tried the trickster one and it went terribly because I didn't have the proper party because I was a fighter. So I was like the fighting main guy dueling all the damage. And then my teammate was the archer, but I moved her to sorcerer, and I didn't, the 2 other characters was another sorcerer because I hadn't changed her out yet. And then I can't remember what the 4th one was, but so we get into a fight. No one can do aerial damage, so the birds are just picking us off one by one. And the trickster is basically just like he draws aggro, so he creates like shapes and stuff, but they can't do any damage, so it's very boring. And so everything's supposed to be attacking the shapes, but I'm dying because no one's killing them. So we all everyone basically died, and I ran for it.
No one can look up.
So I switched to the warrior, which the warrior has a lot of cool skills, but his main skills are too slow for me. Like he has it's just like a big sworded man or shield hammer man, whatever. It's like a bunch of big hits, but his fast hits are still just too slow that I get frustrated with it. But it does have some interesting moves. But I'm excited to get to Thief, which is 2 daggers. But
we did our podcast last week, and I was like, I almost finished it. After the podcast, I played it for an hour and I beat it. So
Oh gosh.
I finished the story for Like a Dragon. So
Nice.
now I'm just doing all the fun side quests. and stuff.
Now it's back to
Then-
Animal Crossing.
Back
No,
to naughtiness.
I'm focusing on Pokemon right now. So
Gotta catch them all.
I'm going up against the discrete four. So
Is there legendary homeless men?
yes, there is.
Homeless men? Yeah.
You get them out of a little machine.
A gotcha machine?
Yeah, you get
Dang.
tickets and. All right, Jonah, do you have anything that you did this week that you want to share?
A couple, I guess. I was mostly watching stuff for like the anime podcast, so that's over there. I watched the movie, that Spaceman one with Adam Sandler.
Oh, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it was good, but it's frustrating because you see where it could have been great, because the ideas are really good in it. They just don't go like as far as you'd like with them, kind of. And for a Netflix movie, I mean, it's like a masterpiece, but for a normal movie, it's just pretty good.
Never even
then
heard of that.
Yeah, it's weird
it's
because
interesting.
if you guys remember, I listened to that book, the Hail Mary Project, and it was
Project
about
Hail
like,
Mary.
in spoilers, there was like an alien spider. And then I saw the trailer for this, and there's an alien spider. And I was like,
There's
is
a
this the same
big talking
story?
spider in the movie. So, and then I watched the movie yesterday, which is the one where the Beatles are like erased from existence, and the guy like sings all their songs that like has his own.
The heck?
Yeah, it doesn't take itself like too seriously. It's a very fun movie, kind of. I watched it with my parents, but I was just kind of laughing because there's like kind of like a ripple effect, like the Beatles not existing, other stuff that are like inspired by them wearing it. So they're like, he looks up the song like Wonderwall, and there's no results for it. And I'm like, this universe is awesome.
Glad we don't live in that universe.
Yeah.
No, it's like all the things that were erased because of it. I was like, actually, that's kind of the better universe.
The Beatles made everything worse.
Yeah. Also, with my parents, I watched The Terminal. If you've ever seen that, it's very good. It's just a guy they get stuck in an airport for a very long time. It's a Spielberg movie.
Right.
This one was also kind of funny because it makes Burger King look like amazing, and it's not.
How dare you?
Speaking lies to us.
I remember watching that a long time ago with mom and dad.
Yeah, I'd always heard of it and never seen it.
And it's based off a true story, so
kind of.
yeah.
The real guy was actually there like way longer.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't
It's
Tom
interesting.
Hanks.
No. Then I watched Memento for the first time,
Ooh.
which is it's just everything everyone says. It's really great. It's just impressive how like coherent it is with just how kind of a mess it seems to be at first. I didn't find it very like confusing like everyone says. It's pretty like on board with it like the whole way through, and I actually didn't really know the twist going in, so that was interesting. So I was kind of surprised by that. And then I watched this is gonna make Jared mad, but Citizen Kane for the first time.
Doesn't make me mad. It's just I hate that movie.
It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. The second half like really grinds to a halt a little, but the first half is really good. And the big twist and how it like concludes and everything is great. But it doesn't like keep up with it. It should have been like an hour and a half as opposed to 2 hours. But I do see where it like is very inspirational for everything that came after it, like especially for the time period it was released in. And that's it.
As the first jump scare in cinema.
Yeah, that was weird. There's like a
Jared,
scene where
oh,
Oh, go
there's
ahead.
just like
Go
a
ahead.
scene of people talking and it cuts to a bird going like, ah!
God.
I have a bit of a random list this time. I started off with the whole, I don't remember the name of it, but the Nickelodeon documentary
Mm.
about Dan Schneider and all that kind of nastiness.
What is that called?
Look it
Quiet
up.
on the Set.
Quiet on, yeah, that's what it's called. It's a pretty tough watch. It's hard to. It's always. I mean, it's not hard to believe, but it's always shocking how nasty people are in Hollywood, and like how long they get away with it. Like
Mhm.
just like almost a decade of it, and it's crazy. I wasn't expecting Drake to be on it, even though Alex talked about it, but I wasn't expecting him to actually be there and being interviewed. That was probably the hardest part, because he goes over everything that happened to him. I won't get into that because you don't need to hear that unless you want to. But it's just very yick, or whatever Michael calls it.
Yuck.
Yeah. And then and then you see like stuff that, because I stopped watching Nickelodeon kind of after Drake and Josh and stuff like that. But then you see like when Ariana Grande was on there, and like some of the stuff they shot for that was like, this was actually on Nickelodeon, and you're like, that was crazy that got on there. But yeah, it was a crazy watch. I do recommend it if you can handle that kind of stuff, but if not, don't watch that. And then I was talking to the boys, and I was like, I always knew that Mos Def made music. I've never actually listened to it, like sat down and actually listened to it. So I listened to his album Black on Both Sides. And so I was like, I'll just keep a list of the songs I actually like, because usually in albums I don't really like all the songs, but most of this album, like besides like one song, pretty solid. If you like hip hop, rap, kind of like a lot like an older style, like 80s kind of hip hop, it's a great listen to. And then just keeping up, almost finished with that book I was reading. Blanking on the name. Let me pull it up real. Meditations.
Oh yeah.
Almost done with that. I got about an hour left. That's about it. Besides watching Spy Family with Joseph and Jonah.
Oh, I forgot about that. We watched all of Spy Family because we were
All of
together.
it,
So
dang.
yeah.
Oh, season 2.
Season 2.
Mhm.
I like this season.
Yeah.
I told them I like the ones where it's a half hour long and like the whole episodes are half hour rather than the little cut up short ones. And this one had a big old arc in the middle, not as long
Yeah.
as the bug arc,
Yeah.
but it was the boat arc. It was interesting because it put the spotlight more on Yor, which I don't think she gets a lot of spotlight all the time.
Mhm.
And then Anya was very funny in these episodes too. So it's very charming anime and just a lot of fun. And the movie's coming out pretty soon, but so I don't think it's dubbed though, so we might wait.
I didn't like the beginning. I felt it was kind of fillerish with those half hour episodes with like Desmond and I guess pretty much just Desmond in the beginning, wasn't it?
Desmond sucks.
But that boat arc is really good. There's a lot more story with the family, and then you get a little more at the end with Becky. I was waiting for this Becky episode.
Yeah, you did not get disappointed on.
That was
But yeah.
hilarious.
But yeah, I liked Yor getting more attention than usual, and then I liked I always forget the dad's name, Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Like him trying to be like a better father and like being a cool dad, and she's like, "You're still not cool," and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. Do you have any thoughts on it, Jonah?
Just good as always.
It's,
Good as
it's what I need
Good
to watch
as always.
eventually, but I've only seen a couple episodes with Alex. It looks very funny.
I'm told My Hero is back this year,
In
but
May.
I'll probably have to wait another year because I gotta wait for the dub. I gotta wait for the dub.
They do dub pretty quickly. It's like a week after.
Not
I
on
know, but
Hulu.
Not last
You
time.
get it like a year
Yeah.
after.
Last time, Hulu took like months for the
Jesus.
dub.
Well, I'll get a Crunchyroll subscription. I'll let you watch on there with me, Joseph.
All right. Any good April Fools this year? I was on the road, so I only saw 2.
Just the one
I
that that guy that I follow that reviews movies like
Yeah.
created a whole like Twitter dispute between James Gunn and
Robert
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson that resulted in him quitting Batman 2. And I was swiping through all these pictures and I was like, oh, it's April 1st. Gosh dang it. It's like there's no way he quit Batman 2. Oh
I
man.
saw IGN tried to do a whole Virtual Boy Pro or whatever.
That got me for a second with the Nintendo thing.
I know.
I was like, I didn't know they had one of those. It's Nintendo, whatever. And then I realized, oh no, that wasn't real either.
Yeah, because I saw it and it's just like a switch on someone's head,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, they get a headset and it's like Virtual Boy, and I was like, oh, I was like, hey, it's April Fool. And then Critical Drinker put up one where he's like saying goodbye. He's like, I'm done reviewing. I'm tired of watching bad movies. I'm tired of being drunk. And then at the end, it's just April Fool's.
Tired of being drunk. Oh man, that was good.
All right, so I think that's going to do it for this episode of Bonus Stuff. Please subscribe to the podcast. Also, give us some likes, thumbs ups, and notify yourself for even more good stuff to come. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Recording stopped.